I don't know what that was supposed to do, aside from making me walk with a limp. Okay, you can do this. Let's see. First try. It's hard to see inside.
You know, we've been through a lot, you and I, but sneaking into the secret office of a known flesh peddler, this tops the list.
I'd say this whole Vantini's section is the most adventure-gamey section of the entire game, and I really like it. I mentioned earlier in the commentary during the Karth House that I really like adventure games that give you a real sense of place, like an interconnection between all the different rooms, and everything here just fits. You know, you go out, you climb up the fire escape, you go into the office, and everything just kind of fits. You get a good sense of, you know, how all these rooms fit together. And I like that. I really liked how this turned out.
He keeps looking at those photographs. These look like pictures of celebrities and politicians. I don't recognize many of them, but holy crap! Is that Kennedy? Pictures of young girls. I guess they all work for Ray. I shouldn't disturb Ray's things. I don't want her to know I was in here. I shouldn't disturb Ray's things. Is that? Yes, it's a painting of Ray. A much younger Ray, but still Ray. It's the only source of light in here. Looks plush and comfortable. Better not stare too long, I might want to sit on it. I'm not here to relax. I need to do what I came here to do and get out. A bunch of phone numbers and addresses. It doesn't say who they belong to. I shouldn't disturb Ray's things. It's just a trash can. It doesn't look like there's anything interesting in Ray's trash can. Joey?
Yeah?
I don't care if we get caught. I'm just happy to be warm.
Let's just do what we need to do and get out of here.
What do you suppose is on Ray's computer?
You're asking me? You're the one with the fingers. Go let him walk. Pictures of important-looking people. I don't recognize any of them. Pictures of young women in interesting poses. Tacky, but tasteful, I guess. A painting of a young and attractive woman in a state of undress. I don't recognize the model, but for some reason she looks familiar. Nice couch. I suppose it's comfortable if you care about that kind of thing. Looks like a bunch of phone numbers and addresses. Nothing relevant. Just your standard trash can. Another one of those computer things. She looks like she's beginning to thaw off.
Okay, let's see here. Client list, client list. You're kidding me.
What?
It's a text file, clientlist.txt.
And that's good?
Good for us. All I need to do is transfer the file to this memory stick. And we've got it. Some security.
I guess with the secret door and paying off the police, she didn't feel the need for any more.
That and she's a bit old. She might not know a lot about computers.
I can relate.
So sometimes you write something that you intend to be placeholder, and then it ends up in the final product. This thing with Ray's computer was one of those. I meant to have a GUI where you could look at Ray's files, and we just never got around to it, and this stayed in, and I'm sorry. I'm bearing my soul here, guys. Please don't judge me.
It goes back to the fire escape. No point in going back. I can't get back down the ladder.
Goes back to the fire escape. I shouldn't leave her alone here. She might need me.
Ahem.
Oh, Hi. I was just testing out your security.
Is that right? I've been meaning to glue that window shut. I suppose I should thank you. But first, give me that memory stick.
Here.
Thank you. Now get your coat and leave.
And I'd almost gone a full 3 hours without a restraining order.
Well, the night's still young.
And I need another cup of coffee. Tanya Corsi is not listed as any of Ray's clients. Almost disappointing. That would make one interesting story. Oddly enough, Ray is not listed as one of her own clients. Heather is definitely listed as one of Ray's, service providers. Of course, we already knew that. Michael Cooper was never a client of Ray's. No, I don't see any connection at all. There's no Benjiro listed as any of Ray's clients. Tanya was the host of the Good Morning Show. I remember hearing that they got a new host, but I didn't know this was the reason. Channel 11. I think their head office is in Penn Plaza. Can't hurt to ask around. The local news is airing. They're talking about the weather. Again. Joey never looks comfortable around technology. This place is no exception. It's pretty empty here tonight. I guess the weather even affects the media. Looks like he's got a bunch of news wire reports open. Oh, and Minesweeper. He looks pretty hard at work.
She's looking wistfully around the room, probably thinking about the road not taken. We're not here to watch that thing. Just a bunch of desks. It's all gobbledygook to me. Late 50s, seems pretty dedicated to his job, probably eats more greasy food than he should. He twitched a bit, but not much else.
Excuse me. Hi, I'm Rosangela Blackwell. Do you work here?
Certainly do. Jim Peebles, senior producer. How can I help you?
So what do you do here?
I'm the head producer for the Good Morning Show with Kathy Carden.
Isn't that Tanya Corsi's old show?
Yes, it is.
It's pretty empty here tonight.
Well, look outside. The weather's horrible and almost everybody commutes to work. Nobody can get in, so we're running on a skeleton crew.
Did you work here when Tanya was alive?
Yes, why do you ask?
I'm looking into her death.
Wasn't it an accident?
That's why I'm looking into it, just to be sure.
Huh. Well, all right.
There's the self-help circle that held meetings a long time ago. It was called the Grace Group. Ever hear of it?
Sorry, no.
Do you know a priest by the name of Michael Cooper?
I'm afraid I haven't been to church in a long time.
What can you tell me about Tanya?
I liked her. Some anchors think they're the be-all and end-all, but not her. She knew we were all in this together, and worked well with all of us. That's how you make a news show. Everyone needs to help each other.
Have you ever heard the name Benjiro?
Benjiro? No, I'm afraid I haven't.
A note was found in Tanya's apartment. It was signed J.
And?
And your name begins with J. Did you write it?
Seriously?
You're in journalism. You know that any lead is worth following.
Oh, sorry, I didn't write any note to Tanya. Not that I remember.
Do you know a madam who calls herself Ray?
That's not really the kind of thing our show reports on, so I can't really help you. Sorry.
I'm not asking about all the names on this list one by one. We'll be here all night. Can you tell me about yourself?
Me? Well, what you see is what you get. I started working at a copywriter's desk about 30 years ago, worked my way up to producer, been here ever since.
Well, thanks for your time, Mr. Peebles. I might be back later.
Sure thing. I'm not going anywhere.
I actually watch very, very little TV, so I have no idea what a newsroom looks like, except for the fact that I played a game called Deus Ex Human Revolution, part of which takes place in a newsroom. So my inspiration was really drawn from there, and having explored that environment, I had a pretty good idea what I wanted. I think the best thing about a scene like this is, in most urban areas, you don't really get a chance to show a very expansive space, whereas a scene like this, a newsroom is a big expansive space, so I really enjoyed adding a lot of depth and a lot of perspective to a scene like this. You can show a very large office and put some activity in the background, and that's a nice change from drawing little cramped rooms and offices and little apartments.
What's ironic about this newsroom is that I originally wanted a newsroom in the game to have a more exciting location, but strangely enough, it's probably one of the more boring, corporate, sterile scenes in the entire game. So yeah, odd that.
A James Peebles is listed as being a client of Ray's, and the girl he saw was Heather Goffstein.
Well, this just got juicy.
Hi, Mr. Peebles?
Hello. Rosangela, was it? What can I do for you?
Jim, I know everything.
Sorry?
I know who Heather is and what she did for a living. I also know that you procured her services. There was a note in Tanya's apartment that said, "I know about Heather." It was signed J.
That could have been anybody.
Do you really expect me to believe that now?
No, I don't.
Tell me about your involvement with Heather.
God, it was over 25 years ago. Working the late shift, sleeping during the day. Who has time for a social life? So, yes, I found other ways to meet my needs. Heather was one of them. I'm not proud of it, but I make no excuses for it either.
You said it was 25 years ago, so you stopped seeing her.
She quit the business. I didn't know what happened to her until she walked in that door. The new face of Good Morning, Tanya Corsi.
Tanya?
Yeah, the name was different. The hair was different. The whole attitude was different. But I knew.
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. Heather and Tanya are the same person?
You didn't know? Isn't that what all this is about? She reinvented herself, changed her looks, got a gig as a weather girl, worked her way up to this newsroom, worked here for years, and never knew who I was until I told her.
Until you blackmailed her, you mean?
Look, 30 years I've been here, and I haven't moved from this damn desk. I saw an opportunity, and I took it. So, I wrote her that note. I threatened to expose her past. I didn't know what to expect, but I didn't expect her to go home and for that to happen. They said she fell in the shower because she was drunk, but she was only drunk because of me. So what now?
It's completely up to you. I'm not going to do anything.
You're not.
I got what I came here for.
Very profound, Red. Very profound. Ever think of getting into fortune cookies?
I'm only thinking of getting my coffee refilled.
That's my girl, always planning ahead.
So what exactly happened? Tanya, Heather, whoever, she split? She killed off her past so thoroughly that it became its own ghost?
I suppose so.
I didn't know ghosts could do that.
What? You read the rule book? Because I sure haven't. If we got a split spook on our hands, we gotta put him back together. She seems pretty easygoing. Whoever she is, she's doing. Hi there.
Hello again, mister. What brings you by?
Listen, Tanya, I know who you are.
We've already covered this, haven't we?
No, I mean who you really are. You're Heather Goffstein. Or at least you were.
I told you, I don't know any Heather.
Tanya.
I don't know any Heather because Heather is gone. Heather is dead. She doesn't exist anymore. She can't.
I'm sorry, Tanya, but she does.
What do you want? Money? A promotion? Like Jim?
No, I just want you to come with me. There's someone you need to meet.
I don't have a choice, do I? Fine, lead on. But remember this, Peter didn't just teach me how to do Pilates. Take me anywhere funny, and you'll be looking at a broken nose.
I wouldn't dream of it. Say, Tanya?
I said I would follow you, not talk to you. Why are we going out there?
Just trust me.
Trust you? That's rich. You. I saw you on the roof earlier. Are you in league with this man?
Kind of?
2 blackmailers instead of 1. This is just great.
Get over here. I got something to say.
Yes?
A roof deck like this,
I'll settle for central heat.
Jim Peebles seems like a decent guy. Works too hard, though.
Because he works late into the night? We can hardly judge him for that.
Huh. You ever watch this Tanya Corsi show?
No, her show was on in the morning, and I'm more of a night person these days.
What an old bear cat that Ray was. I liked her.
Liked her, even knowing what she does.
It's not a profession that's going away anytime soon, Red, and Ray's better than most. Huh, Michael's gotten himself shackled to Madeline, poor guy.
Why do you say that?
Remember her last host, the Countess? The mass-murdering crazy lady?
I remember, but Michael won't turn out the same way.
Easy enough to say, but keep your eye on both of them, just in case.
Got a sec?
You rang?
I still can't get over that I've met another, person like me.
Yeah, and he's right in the thick of all our problems.
He didn't ask for this, Joey. None of us did. Tanya Corsi. How come we only meet famous people when they're dead?
Because they need us. That's why.
Ray wasn't quite what I expected.
What did you expect?
I don't know, not that. Any thoughts on Jim Peoples?
Decent enough guy. Works too hard. Don't know enough about him yet.
Where the hell are you taking me?
Just follow us, okay?
Can I at least call my car service?
I don't think that's possible.
What do you mean?
She means that they'd never come in this weather. It's better to walk. Come on.
Where are we going?
It's just up this way.
Wait, I know this building. I used to live here, back when I was... Why did you bring me here? Whatever you brought me here for, get on with it.
Tanya, there's someone you need to meet.
There's nobody here I want to see, I assure you.
Even still, I just need you to follow me. Then we can forget about this whole thing.
Fine.
Hey, Heather?
Hey, who's your friend?
What is this? Who are you? Answer me!
Heather Goffstein? Who are you?
No. No. This is insane. I'm going insane.
Sorry?
You shouldn't be here. You shouldn't exist.
What's your problem?
My problem? My problem is that I hate you.
Hate me? You don't even know me.
I destroyed you. I got rid of your name. I got rid of your hair. I would have gotten rid of your face if I could have afforded it.
You can't get rid of me that easily.
No kidding! For 20 years I was free of you, and now you come breezing back.
Breezing back? From where?
First Jim wanted a promotion, and now this idiot here wants... I don't know what!
Maybe I should just leave you two to talk?
You stay right there!
Huh?
You be quiet! Hey! Stop that!
Look at each other. You're the same person, give or take 20 years.
I don't understand.
I don't think I want to.
Tanya, what happened when you got Jim's note?
What note?
It's too late to deny it.
Nothing happened. I just wanted to forget.
Forget what?
Forget you! Forget this whole life I left behind!
Why? Why are you so ashamed of me? All this life, it's a part of who you were, who you become.
Will I ever be free of you?
Do you really want to be? I'm not a bad person. I'm just kinda lost. I know I'll find my way eventually. Isn't that the important thing? Well, isn't it?
Look at you. I really was beautiful once.
You're really beautiful now.
Damn straight. Wow.
You okay?
Okay. I haven't felt this good in years. It's like an espresso and a colonic all at once. Speaking of which, you can take your blackmail threat and shove it. And I'm gonna tell Jim the same thing. Maybe it'll end my career, or maybe it'll give me a book deal. Either way, I'm tired of hiding.
Tanya, listen.
No, I'm not Tanya anymore. Tanya died. She
what?
We... Took 3 Valium with a vodka chaser. That's all I remember. You're not really a blackmailer, are you?
No, I'm not.
I'm dead?
I'm sorry.
If I'm dead, why do I feel sick to my stomach?
Listen, there's no time to explain. Just grab a hold of this.
What?
Just do it. That was interesting.
Did it work?
Only one way to find out.
This is all just so unbelievable.
You're taking it much better than I did. Can't you feel it? Like something is trying to pull you apart.
I've been pushed and pulled too often this evening for me to notice.
Madeline, have you had time to examine them?
I think... yes.
Madeline?
Yes, apologies. I believe I have all the information I need.
Huh? Madeline?
Ugh, I really don't feel so good.
This can't be right. Michael, what's going on?
Madeline!
Apologies, my host.
Madeline, what just happened?
That felt quite pleasant.
Madeline? Madeline? Hey!
You, Malone, stay back. You as well, Blackwell. I have absorbed enough energy to burn that precious body of yours to a cinder.
Why? Why do this?
Have you ever heard of the concept, the journey of the soul?
What?
It is said that every soul has a predestined fate or destiny, and the goal of every soul is to find it. But it is also said that the joy comes from the journey, not the destination. Have you ever wondered where you would be now without the grace group? Without the epiphanies that were pushed into your brains as if by magic? Maybe you would have all found your way, maybe not. But you skipped the journey, went right to the destination. It made your souls happy for certain, but it also made them weak, pliable, controllable by someone like me.
I've been really interested in the idea of epiphanies for a very long time, especially since I had one of my own. Back before I was making games commercially, I had many, many awful jobs. I had many admin jobs. I was temping for a while. I was working in the garment center, kind of handling shipping for them, all very boring. And throughout all that, I was constantly searching, trying so many different things, trying to find that elusive something. And eventually, I finally got into game development, and that was kind of my own epiphany. And I often lamented that I hadn't had that epiphany 10 or 15 years earlier. I just think of all the time and kind of mental anguish and angst that I wouldn't have had to go through if I had known that this is what I was meant to be doing. And that sort of was the inspiration for the Grace Group. However, when I think about my own life and the process of that search that led me to my epiphany, it was all necessary. My work in the garment center, I had a front row seat to how production was handled in an efficient way. All my work temping, I was around business people. I retained a lot of that knowledge. If I was told that I was meant to be a game developer when I was 20, I probably wouldn't have been as good at it. But having gone through everything that I did, I'm much better at it. Everything was leading up to that point. And that's sort of my theme, is that by skipping the journey, as Madeline says, it made them weaker. So if I'm trying to say anything to people who might be going through the same thing, it's that it's not wasted time. If you think you're wasting your life while you're looking for something, you're really not. The act of searching is all part of the journey. This is a little esoteric and out there. I'm not verbalizing it as well as I could, which is why I turned it into a game.
And now, if you'll excuse me, I am still very hungry.